Hey guys, how are you doing? I wish everyone is doing wonderful today. Today, right now it's kind of late. I was supposed to start this video about 3 hours ago. However, my eyes were still having some issues, so I had to take a nap first. Oh my god, what a day! Today is special to some of us who probably know why, because we own um, some of us own Palantir stocks, which, by the way, that company already has joined the S&P 500 earlier this year, and actually it was last year. Time flies. And today, Applovin gave up, and also Robinhood gave up. Yes, hooray, everybody, hooray. Well, what happened is, finally, after all the last few years of underperforming the market and being looked down upon by analysts, they finally get some love after they are recognized because of being, because of their inclusion into the S&P 500. So the growth of AppLovin has been phenomenal. Analysts have always said the company is always overvalued. PE is 90x. Price per sale PS ratio is always 23 to 30x. Robinhood PE is about 50 to 70x most of the time, and then the price per sale is mostly, let me check here, is about 24 to 27 most of the time, so I have it on the screen. And then SoFi, let me say something. Last year this time, Robinhood was about $27 per share. SoFi today is $27.70 per share. So in a sense, SoFi is kind of like Robinhood 1 year ago. And 1 year ago, I was projecting Robinhood maybe by sometime this year, right? Last year I was projecting this year, so 1 year ahead of time I made those projections. This year maybe Robinhood will achieve between 40 to 50, maybe on the high end $55 per share. Wow! But guess what? Robinhood today hit $137.47. Haha, that is so amazing. So when you have the insight into the company's future and you know they are disrupting the industry, that a lot of analysts miss how to project their future earnings, then you, as the person who has the insight and come up with all these projections, which I will show you later, then you win. And the analyst at $27 per share last year, analysts did not buy Robinhood shares. And today they got included into the S&P 500 finally. And those big fund analysts and fund managers are fighting each other, elbowing each other to buy Robinhood share at $137 per share. Isn't it ironic? And what do the analysts do? They just don't seem to be able to see the future. They are so rooted in the past, where they are unable to see what the future may brain. In the case of SoFi, today is $27 per share. And then the price per sale is only 7 to 8x compared to Robinhood's 24x. SoFi is so much undervalued. Both of them are fintech. And Robinhood's CEO has said that Robinhood will also introduce banking services in the future, so they want to become a bank too. Well, because becoming a bank with a bank charter, you have access to people's deposit, your members' deposit, which provide you with very low cost of fund to your loan portfolios, where you can lend out to other people. And then you earn by the interest spread, which we will talk about in the future. So why analysts were unable to see it last year, and they downgrade Robinhood such the same way some analysts today still give a sell rating to SoFi at $27 per share. Can you imagine next year? I'm not talking even this year. Next year, this time, SoFi will be joining S&P 500. Can you imagine the stock price? Can you imagine all those analysts who have missed SoFi when SoFi was under $30 per share? And in the future, they have to elbow each other, fight each other, smash each other's face. And they fight each other to buy SoFi share at $70 per share, $80 per share, over $100 per share, and in Robinhood's case, $137 per share, right? But now it's $30 per share. They would rather give a sell rating to SoFi. Some of them want to short the company. They would rather gain $1 or $2 when SoFi these past 3 days when has come down from $30 per share to now 37.20 cents per share, not even $3 per share. They would rather earn that little amount, $2, $3 by shorting the company, some of them, rather to short it than to long it now. And then 1 year from now is $100, potentially $100 per share in profit. Yet there are people who do that. I don't know why. They're unable to see the future. This company, Robinhood, SoFi, they target the millennials, generation Y, X, Z, Alpha. These are all the future generations where they, after they finish college, finish their studies, they will increasingly have higher and higher salaries as professionals, since they are so new to the job market. They are still building up their credit, they are still building up their assets. As they earn more in the future, as they progress, higher up in their career ladders, they will have higher earning abilities. What they buy, such as houses, will grow in value. And then what they invest will also grow in value. So you can imagine SoFi target this young demographic, young group of people, and in the future, 20, 30 years from today, each of the average member will have grown their assets and the investment, their net worth, to a much higher lump sum already, right? Then you can imagine the total asset owned by SoFi, right? Okay, that is just the regular membership and consumer level. Then what about SoFi also has the banking and financing platform for other banks and financial institutions, right? Because according to CEO Anthony Noto, the company SoFi is aiming also to become sort of the AWS cloud AI cloud services of Amazon, but not in e-commerce or commerce, but in fintech or banking finance industry, right? So if that channel become very successful, can you imagine the growth rate in the future, right? Because a lot of analysts have been saying SoFi is just a bank. But is that really? Is that real? Is that right? Because if SoFi continue to scale up with their crypto services, with their between countries remittance services via blockchain, and then they use blockchain to sort of tokenize, all the investment, available investment in this world. The possibility is sort of still kind of beyond what we can imagine right now, because there will be new innovation, new innovative products that come on board as they continue to work on those. And the company recently has been quite quiet, right? Even though the stock price kind of creeping up, kind of like this, going up a little, creeping up. Let's see, I'm so sorry, my hand is not doing well. So as you can see, the last few months, 2-3 months have been slowly going up. You can see it's quite a straight line actually. And then this last bump up is kind of fast, so it has to consolidate a little bit before the next leg up, which is great. I love it. And well, when we look at Robinhood, let's see how it looks like last year. See, 1 year ago, right? Robinhood was really 26, 27, 28, And then you see this dip here from around 28 down to 23. SoFi could go down to 25 too, who knows? But then afterwards, it goes up very fast to 30, right? And then once it passed 30, the rest is history. It's go double very fast to 60 plus, right? 65. And then forget about April dip. Is actually, without the April, is actually quite a straight line going up all the way up here to 136 today, right? So SoFi 1 year from now, can you imagine, right? OMG, this is so sharp. It's actually need to consolidate a little bit. I wish it actually can go down to 25. Then I can accumulate more before the next leg up, right? Okay, and then let's go to my projection of SoFi Technology. This is just a simple projection where I do not take into consideration of the online cloud for fintech or financial institutions. I'm just looking at what Anthony Noto say or has suggested before that, the projected revenue for this year and then next year with 40% year-over-year growth. This will be the total revenue for 2026. And then continue with the projection, 38% year-over-year, 35% year-over-year for 2028, 33% year-over-year growth for 2029, 32% year-over-year growth for 2030, and then we will achieve from today's 337 billion to wow, quite a jump, 1.54 trillion. Wow, quite a jump. Because why I have this projection, Anthony Noto suggests he aimed at 50 million members by 2030, as you can see here, by 2030. And then the annual growth rate, year-over-year growth for membership would be 48%, 44%, 34%, 34%, 32%. And these are my projection for quarterly new additional membership per quarter. So this will be 2025 Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And then most likely by Q1 of 2026, we will see 1 million new member joining the company per quarter, which is amazing. And by that time, I think a lot of analysts will upgrade SoFi left and right, because this is quite quick as a bank. SoFi per market cap today is already ranked at 14th biggest bank in the United States by market cap. Last year, SoFi was 40 something or 50, I believe. Yeah, I don't quite remember, but it has been climbing quite fast lately. And if we progress to the right hand side, we will see project revenue and profit margin. This is very close to what it is currently at 13 something percent. Then the projected income is just the profit margin times projected revenue in dollar term. And then outstanding number of share, right now we have 1.19 billion shares outstanding. Then we divide the projected income by the number of outstanding share. We arrive at this year projected per share earning, which is 37 cents per share. And then let's give it a P of 60. Why 60? Is because when we look at Robinhood, the Robinhood P is 60 also. And then at PE 60, SoFi is not having the same price per sale ratio as Robinhood, which is very high at 24. SoFi is only around 7 or 8, which is very low. As we can see here, it's only 7.8 right here. Price per sale ratio. And this is price per share is 22, because this projection is PE time per share income. And then market cap is this one. So right now you may think SoFi is overvalued, but no. We are very close to 2026, so we should look at this one, which is $41 per share, and then discount it by roughly 10 to 15%. Then we would arrive at around $35 per share for the fair market value per share of SoFi. So SoFi right now should be valued at roughly $35 per share. Most likely it should be going to that number by the end of this year. We still have about 3 months to go. Today is only September 29, 2025. So we still have 3 months to go. And yeah, next year SoFi should be around 45, and so just a hair below 60. But then last year I was projecting Robinhood to be just under 50 by the end of this year. But then Robinhood is already $136 per share. So who am I to say that SoFi will only be around $61 or $62 per share next year? I guess we will have to wait and see. All right, people. Thank you for watching, and for those who have Robinhood